Hey guys, it's Steve Jabber here. Now we're going to answer the question in this video. Is POF.com a scam? And I'm going to give you the answer right away. It's not a scam site, but it is absolutely awful for the average guy that wants to meet an attractive woman. You have basically no chance on POF.com. And there are three main reasons why it's so awful. The first is the user demographics. It's 75% men, 25% women on POF.com, so you have an uphill battle straight away. Second reason, it's expensive. POF.com is nowadays. Used to be free to send 1 million messages. You could spam messages to girls all day long, try and get a date. Now you have to pay for everything, and in fact, it's overall one of the most expensive dating websites out there nowadays. And third, fundamentally, the real kicker. It's virtually impossible for an average guy to meet a slim, attractive woman, whether to get laid for a hookup or in a relationship, on POF.com. Now, there are real alternatives to POF.com, as we're going to talk about in this video, but if you want to get started straight away, you have two main alternatives. Adult Friend Finder for men under the age of 35 works really well as a hookup site, and for men over 35, you have Seeking.com, the lifestyle upgrade site with millions and millions of attractive women. Now, these two sites are far superior to POF.com for various reasons. If you want to give either of them a go at any point, use the links in the description. You get a free trial for both of these sites and a big 25% discount on both of these sites. So let's talk about the user demographics on POF.com. As I've shown you on the screen right now, 75% blokes and 25% women. Now, although there are 22 million users on POF.com, it's a great big site with lots of users. All of those guys make it really hard to get responses and messages from girls. Just think about it this way. If you went to a nightclub and there were 3 guys for every woman, some of those guys are obviously going to be very good looking, you would just turn around and walk out. It's not worth your time, and it's exactly the same on POF.com. In fact, it's worse. Now, if you contrast these demographics on POF.com with the two sites that I recommend, Adult Friend Finder has 60% women and 40% guys, so you don't have this enormous uphill battle straight away. And Seeking.com is even better for men over 35, 75% women and 25% guys. You can be really popular on either of these two dating sites. So the question then is, which would you prefer? Would you prefer a site where you send a message to a girl and it just disappears into the ether and you never hear from her again, which is what happens on POF.com? We will talk about it, but the women get so many messages that the chances of you getting a reply and even getting a girl out on a date on this site is astronomically low. Whereas on Seeking.com and AdultFriendFinder.com, the women can see your messages, you do get responses to your messages, and your chance of taking a girl out on a date is consequently much higher. So the big question on these 3 dating sites, what is your chance of hooking up? Well, we're going to rank them 3 to 1. And in third place, as you've probably guessed, is POF.com. Awful, and your chance of hooking up overall, if I had to quantify it, is about a 4 out of 10. Why is this? Well, the demographics are awful. 75% guys, 25% women. Because of this, the women get millions of messages. They're almost treated like a celebrity on POF.com. They get a very inflated ego, a sense of self-worth. So an average guy comes along and the women treat this average guy like a leper with AIDS and syphilis. So the chances of you getting her out on a date, a man with AIDS and syphilis with his nose hanging off, that's the way they treat you on POF.com, it's not going to happen. Second place overall is Seeking.com, with a chance of hooking up about 7 out of 10. In fact, there's a caveat to this. If you're a guy over 35, this is the number 1 site that you want to try. Why is this? Because it's 75% women and 25% guys. If you're an older guy, women are looking for that on Seeking.com. Now, there is a caveat to this, of course. You do have to pay for the membership fee. It's not cheap on Seeking.com, but you get the chance to go out with really gorgeous women, as you can see on the screen right now. You know, just be prepared to pay for dates, to take her for romantic weekends away, that kind of thing. Show her a lifestyle that she can't get on her own. And as an older man on Seeking.com, this is the number 1 site for you, and you're going to do very well and be very popular. And the number one site with the highest chance of hooking up overall with 9 out of 10 Steve Jabber rating is Adult Friend Finder. Once again, this is basically better for guys under the age of 35. Why is it so good? Well, first of all, it's an enormous dating site, about 70 million members overall, about 40 million active members in any given week, and 60% of these members are women, and they're all looking for a hookup. Now, the women on Adult Friend Finder are probably not as hot as they are on Seeking.com. They come in all shapes and sizes, but for the average guy under 35 that just wants to hook up, wants to actually go out with a girl and get laid, have some intimacy, it's unbeatable. Like I say, 9 out of 10 chance of hooking up on this dating site. So 3 main reasons for this. Number 1, the demographics are favorable, 60% women, 40% guys. Number 2, it's very explicit, it's very obvious what it's about. When you sign up to Adult Friend Finder, you're left under no illusions. It is a hookup site. The women know it, so they're not going to be like, oh, pearl clutching and surprised when you message her and try and get her out on a date with a view to hooking up. And third, to be frank, the women don't have this princess attitude like they do on Poff.com because they're not bombarded with messages of thirsty guys. So your chance overall of hooking up is just that much higher. Like I say, 9 out of 10. Guys, there's a review of Poff.com. It's rubbish nowadays for guys that want to meet women, whether that's for a hookup or a relationship. Use the 2 alternatives, Seeking.com and AdultFriendFinder.com, that we've talked about in this video if you want to hook up. For older guys, Seeking.com. For guys under 35, AdultFriendFinder.com. Use the links in the description below for your 25% discount and free trial. Good luck, get out there and meet some women, and I'll see you guys in the next video.